Good morning, all. Suburban Sentinel here, coming to you once again from very deep inside the Arabian Peninsula. It's been about a week since the presidential election, and thank God Almighty that pantsuit demon Hitlery rotten Clinton has been defeated. I've been silent on the election process until now. The large alternative media stations have done a spectacular job covering the election process, ensuring, along with Julian Assange, that the tyrant Clinton was in fact defeated. And I am not surprised she was defeated, but I am also elated because there was a real risk that this demonic figure might have won. Anyway, I'm back on the video making craze because I think we all need to be wary of what goes on in our country after the elections. First, I'd like to address those members of the American public who ultimately lost this election. The extreme left-wing liberals, the unapologetic multiculturalists, the globalists, the postmodern feminists, the white apologists, the self-flagellating males, the LGBTQXYZ rabid rights people, the haters of the nuclear family, and all other sorts of perversions. I am talking about you. In the interests of fairness, I'm also addressing many of you extreme right-wingers, and those would be the banksters, the Wall Street charlatans, the neo-fascist corporate clowns, and all of that lot as well. All of you people, I hope, are the ultimate losers of this last and historic election. To those of you who lost the election, stop whining, stop bitching, stop with the staged riots, stop calling for a do-over, and grow up. Your side lost for one reason. Your policies and values have been an abject failure for decades. If you want to get on board and help rebuild America, that's great. But you've already been pushed into the corner based on policy failure. If your losing side insists on going down this road of resistance to what ordinary Americans want, you will rightfully be kicked to the curb. To the legacy media, or those outfits which were heretofore called the mainstream media, such companies as the New York Times, the publishers of USA Today, CNN, MSNBC, the Washington Post, and the like. Almost all of you were in the tank for Hillary Clinton the entire election cycle. You abrogated your responsibility as journalists to become mouthpieces for the corrupt Democratic Party. And that is unforgivable. Some people have compared your companies and your quote-unquote journalists to whores. And quite frankly, I think that's unfair to prostitutes. Prostitution is generally a victimless crime. And what the media or the legacy media has done was an attempted crime against democracy and an attempted crime against humanity. Apologize all you want, say you will be better, but meanwhile, we members of the enlightened public will keep pounding in the coffin nails to your companies with reckless abandon. President-elect Trump, I think I can speak on behalf of many ordinary Americans. And many of us do not expect you to accomplish all of the goals set forth in your campaign platform, and that is perfectly understandable. However, we do expect and demand that you uphold our values. Those are freedom, individual responsibility, limited government, a lack of interference by busybodies, both public and private, free markets, sound fiscal policy, and sound money. Please do not turn your back on these core values. We can forgive not accomplishing everything on your quite substantial and admittedly incredibly difficult to-do list, but do not turn your back on our core values. You have seen what an uprising of the American public can do at the ballot box, and we can do it again in the next election cycle.